What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a very entertaining episode of Monday Night Raw, one that saw the return of John Cena. What did you think of the show, Matthew?
Oh man, the critics will rave. They're gonna rave about this show, to be honest with you. There was ups and downs about the show, but honestly, a solid show throughout. I think they really wanted to actually hype up WrestleMania big time. And they certainly did. I heard that this Raw, especially in Boston tonight at the Garden, I think it was the highest grossing Raw in Boston ever. That's something I was
Absolutely,
reading
man.
upon. So that was certainly interesting. I mean, I think we understand why, with John Cena being advertised. But the way they opened up Raw was quite interesting. The Bloodline arriving backstage in a big suburban. Paul Heyman spoke to both Jimmy and Solo Sikoa about their responsibilities on Raw, with Solo Sikoa supposed to take out Kevin Owens and Jimmy Uso supposed to take out Sami Zayn. So we actually have the first match of the night. Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. So can Solo Sikoa take care of the so-called Kevin Owens problem? Nothing crazy in this match. Jimmy ran down and distracted Kevin Owens long enough for Solo to take control, hitting Owens with massive hip strikes. Sikoa was basically dominating this match. Jimmy ended up causing a disqualification, coming in and breaking up a pinfall, just attacking Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn coming out to make the save, looking for a handshake to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens denied, rolled out of the ring. So they're slowly building up this. But it still ain't looking too good for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But they didn't get rid of Kevin Owens yet.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a great way to start the show. Really got the crowd on their feet. We're starting to see, the tension between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Will they become friends? Will they take on the Bloodline together? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But the Bloodline looks strong to kick off the show, and that's exactly what we want to see.
Speaking of kicking off the show, and after this, we have another match. Pretty, I guess you could say, strong match. Bianca Belair versus Carmella. You know, so the way that they booked this match, it wasn't too bad. I was actually happy that Chelsea Green was ringside for this matchup from an earlier altercation. Carmella actually telling Chelsea Green, come ringside. Let's get a piece of Bianca together. You could see me, overthrow Bianca Belair, hopefully beat her, and I knew that wasn't going to happen, and it clearly didn't. Bianca Belair beat her clean. What actually happened after she hit Mella with the KOD, I think it was Asuka who came out and actually spit blue mist in both in both, I think it was Chelsea Green's and Carmella's face. It actually landed on Chelsea Green more. Carmella kind of dipped. So we're actually going to see Chelsea Green and Asuka. I think next week they advertised. I'm pretty sure that's what we saw. It was all kind of a blur to me. I didn't watch too much of that, but you know what? I'm happy that they gave Asuka a few minutes, I guess you could say a few seconds of spotlight, especially with Bianca Belair looking strong, ending that matchup. But I'm happy they have, I guess you could say, a supposed to come Chelsea Green and Carmella tag team.
Yeah, man, for sure. They got to get them involved in some way on TV. I think Chelsea Green running in the back with the green mist in her face was absolutely hilarious. Her with that Karen character, it's
Mm.
absolutely hilarious. And who knows, maybe this could be a good tag team down the road.
I think so. I think it'll be. I think hopefully down the road it makes sense, and it does now. And the way that both women just kind of portray themselves, both Carmella and Chelsea Green, it makes sense. You know what I mean? They honestly mesh well together, and not one bit I really don't like. I think it's perfect for somebody to team up with Carmella, because Carmella solo just ain't doing it for me. And somebody like Chelsea Green, let's see what she's got in the ring. But what we have next, Miz was in the ring after a quick break, welcoming Logan Paul for his confrontation with Seth Rollins. Logan Paul makes his way out to the ring, throwing a little shade to the Miz, not giving him a handshake. I get it. I get it. They're still not 100%. Miz is trying to play it off a little bit. Crowd was fired throughout this. Seth Rollins ended up coming out, just trading shots back and forth by Logan Paul and Seth Rollins. Miz kind of altercating back and forth, kind of more so on Logan Paul's side, which you'd expect. The numbers game, excuse me, caught up to Seth Rollins and actually ate a knockout punch from Logan Paul. So it's a good. It was certainly a good build up to the WrestleMania match. But I think this is going to be a stealer, a killer match come WrestleMania, and I think, I hate to say it, but I think Logan Paul is going to take the dub.
I agree with you 100%. Whoever they put Seth in the ring with does absolutely phenomenal. He's just a
Mm.
great worker. I think this match is going to absolutely steal the show, like you were talking about. And it was a good build to start off their feud towards WrestleMania. So you know what? Keep it going.
I think so. I think so. The crowd was certainly against Logan Paul, but you know what? That's what I was all there for. So what we have next, Omos coming out. I think poor Dolph Ziggler. Omos coming out with MVP, supposed to take on Dolph Ziggler in a quick matchup. Mustafa Ali was in the crowd pretending to be a WWE fan cheering on Dolph Ziggler. I do like where they're going with this, but Ziggler actually tried to jump on Omos's back. Omos just threw him to the mat like it was nothing, like he was light as a feather, defeating Ziggler in basically less than I think it was a minute or 2 minutes. Match ended incomplete, but I don't know, just it's not doing it for me. It didn't hype me up for Brock Lesnar and Omos at Mania. It didn't do crap for me. So moving forward from a WrestleMania match I couldn't care less about to a WrestleMania match that was actually made official later on in the night from this matchup that we had. Dexter Lumis accompanying Johnny Gargano to his in-ring match against Finn Balor. Gives me NXT takeover vibes, man. 5-star matches with these two. And it was a good match. Judgment Day with support on Finn Balor's side. All right, looking strong, leader of Judgment Day. Quick control by Finn Balor. So what actually happened here? Gargano was he really was trying to defend and he wasn't doing so well. I think tonight was more so on Finn Balor's side. Gargano ended up hitting a good amount of steam and you know what? I almost thought he took the W from a slingshot, but Finn Balor kicked out from a nice 2 count. Gargano's just a phenomenal in-ring competitor nonetheless. But what actually happens, Edge's music hits. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley actually run up to the ramp and they actually don't see that Edge actually knocks Balor off the top rope as he came from, I guess you could say the announcer area, more so like where the timekeeper is. It actually allowed Gargano to hit the final beat for the pin in the 1, 2, 3. So kind of continued the trend with Edge and the Judgment Day. Edge basically telling Finn Balor next week, as this was backstage before Edge left the arena supposedly, to face him in the ring next week, just not a match, but just like man to man, let's settle some business. So we know that's going to be a challenge for a nice WrestleMania bout. Could we see the Demon Finn Balor? I don't know, because people have been talking about it, but that would be certainly something cool.
Yeah, man. If this is Edge's last match at WrestleMania, especially because that's the rumor that's going around, I hope he goes out with a bang. And what a guy to take on like Finn Balor, especially if we see that Demon King for sure.
I do too. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Judgment Day. I know I know Dominic's probably going to take on Rey Mysterio, but I don't know. They were talking about Judgment Day adding another member too. I've been hearing about this for the past week or so, a new Judgment Day member after Mania, but you could see all men of Judgment Day take an L at Mania. I'm not sure. I would have liked to see Edge take an L, but Dominic, we for sure would want to see him take an L, but we'll see if that's even made official. So what we have next, Piper Niven versus Nikki Cross. I was not looking forward to this match whatsoever. I just wanted to get to John Cena, to be honest with you. Nikki attacks Piper as she was making an entrance. Ref called for the bell right before Niven was taken down in a crossbody. Piper Niven took the W with a quick squash. Squash match. I mean, I don't know. Just didn't do it for me. Just, she just squashed Nikki Cross. It just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, but you know what? We had bigger and better things coming up. Let's get right back to Big Match John.
Oh, let's do it. John Cena out. Crowd was ecstatic. John was crying coming down the ramp. Before he could get his mouth on that mic, I mean, the crowd was even ecstatic anyways. It would probably been a good 3 to 4 minutes before he could even say anything before the crowd settled down. Austin Theory music hit. Crowd was not having it. Basically, Theory saying he wanted to offer him gift, offering Cena a match at WrestleMania. John Cena told him no and said he wasn't interested because Theory hasn't earned that right yet. Theory ended up earning that right within the next minute or so. All right. Basically saying how John Cena basically telling him that nobody cares about him. I mean, he's not wrong. Actually, Theory mocked Cena's bald spot. I think he made a quick bald spot, and then Cena said something about how, I'd rather have a bald spot than have the production trucks put cheers and into his segments or whatever.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
it was so great. But Cena accepted a match to WrestleMania and said you're gonna get embarrassed and you're basically screwed either way you win or lose. So I don't know. We'll see if it's a pass the torch type of thing. We'll see how they can pull this off.
Yeah, man, I'm here for it 100%. I would really like to see John Cena take the win at WrestleMania if it is his swan song. But you know what? No one delivers a promo like John Cena, and it really got me hyped up for
Hmm.
your match at WrestleMania.
I don't call him Big Match John. He is still the GOAT. Oh man, I was hoping for a little bit. I don't know. I don't want to say a little bit better, but it was certainly honestly A+ status. I just wanted more. That's all. And I think that's what they're gonna do these coming weeks for WrestleMania. But it's just I wanted more and more because it just was so good. Theory he pulled it off so well, he played it so well, but can he walk the walk? If he can he walk the walk? That's basically what I'm trying to say, man. I don't know. Is he gonna put over Big Match John, or is it gonna go the other way around? Not sure, but it's for the United States Championship. If Cena wins this, I don't know, but I know it's not gonna happen. He doesn't want to beat Ric Flair's record. Makes sense. I get it. But that's for a whole nother video. All right, let's talk about our next matchup. Chad Gable actually out with Otis. Chad Gable taking on Baron Corbin in a singles match. So earlier on in the night, we saw, I think it was Maxine Dupree, part of Maximum Male Models, making more plans to recruit Otis to her stable, possibly recruiting Baron Corbin, who showed up throughout the segment. If he can take care of Gable, then maybe he'll have a spot in the Maximum Male Models. But a short match, seeing Gable take a win, just was awesome to see. But not sure what they're going to do with Baron Corbin. We're going to see what happens next week. Our next segment, before we get to our main event, it was Lita and Becky Lynch, the women's tag team champions, just crowned from last week after defeating Dakota Kai and Io Sky of Damage Control. Trish Stratus actually came out, basically celebrating with those two. Confrontation with Damage Control leading to a WrestleMania challenge. We all saw coming. Bailey, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai were sent out of the ring before this challenge could be accepted. So the faces were standing tall. I think we're going to see some type of dissension between Damage Control after WrestleMania. But we can make a whole video on Damage Control. I don't know. They did it for me, but they also didn't do it for me, especially after SummerSlam. I think of last year when they were all made a flock. I don't know. I don't see them taking a W at WrestleMania. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be a women's title match. I don't think that the titles are going to be on the line. I mean, it wouldn't make sense really if Trish Stratus is, going to tag up. But we got a nice 6-woman tag team match. So you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. If what they're trying to accomplish here is to build some stock in the women's tag team division, that's exactly what they're doing. We're going to have to see how Damage Control can bounce back because, like you said, they were coming in white hot with the return at SummerSlam, and I don't really know what they're going to do next. I guess we're just going to all have to wait and see.
I think so. Waiting and see. This is what I wanted to happen all night. Finally, we got to our main event. I was ecstatic afterwards. I mean, ecstatic and sad. Many emotions. Many emotions. Crowd went nuts. Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn, one-on-one. Crowd was just firmly in Sami Zayn's corner. I mean, they clearly didn't want Jimmy Uso to win. They're tired of the bloodline. Olay chants, man. Just Sami Zayn. He was
Going
in
nuts.
control. So we actually return from a nice break. Jimmy talking some trash. Sami Zayn making a comeback. I knew with just a few minutes left of the show something was going to happen. Sami Zayn took actually the W from a distraction. Jey Uso coming down from the ring, standing on the announcer's table. All right. Sami Zayn took the W from a distraction, pinning Jimmy out of nowhere. Jimmy and Jey face to face in the ring. Both men kind of look at each other, a story on both their faces. Jey looking a little, I guess you could say upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, shocked. Jimmy, he didn't really know what to expect. Crowd went silent. Jey walked out of the ring, went to Sami Zayn, hugged Sami Zayn. Jimmy was in the ring distraught. Crowd erupted with cheers as Jey Uso and Sami Zayn hugged, threw up the ones. Jimmy Uso dropped to his knees inside the ring. Then out of nowhere, Jey Uso super kicked Sami Zayn, screamed at him, and said, I'm not joining you. You think I'm a fool running into the ring with Jimmy and Solo Sikoa? beating down Sami Zayn till Cody Rhodes comes out and makes a save. Bloodline retreat. Holy cow, my ears from home after just hearing the crowd go crazy after the betrayal with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn.
Dude, this was a phenomenal way to end the show.
Oh,
So many twists and turns in the bloodline. It's absolutely intense, keeping up week after week. I don't know what they're going to bring next week, but it's going to have me on the edge of my seat.
especially Friday. What's going to happen Friday, man?
Oh, absolutely. We're just going to have to wait and see, man. Triple H doing one heck of a job building up to WrestleMania. Let us know what you guys thought about John Cena's return and the overall show tonight on Monday Night Raw. Like, comment, subscribe, guys, and we will see you Saturday with a SmackDown recap. Until then, peace out.
I'll just say the bloodline, man, it's no joke. It is no joke. Peace.
This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.